All right, welcome back. It's a beautiful day. I remember the words of my former governor, Oshomole. He said, when you come to APC, your sins are forgiven. Though he has told us that he was misquoted out of context. But we keep seeing the effects of what he has said again and again and again and again and again. I wonder why a man that is being held for corruption, serious one, against his people and the Nigerian state, be canvassing for the chairman of the ruling party. Is it that they condone those kind of acts, Philip?
You see, the truth remains that Yahaya Bello, former governor of Kogi State, have not been convicted by any court of law. What we are having is an allegation against him of corruption. Though the evidence are very visible, but you know that until the court of law made a pronouncement, it remained innocent. So, having said that, that is not enough to say that a man that is being accused of that magnitude of crime should be the one that is being penciled down to head a government that pride himself as a government that want to restore, a corrupt-free society, a government that pride itself that fight corruption from all, aspect. If the likes of Yahaya Bello can aspire to share the national share of the APC, and the APC doesn't see anything wrong with it, well, like you said, Oshomole said it was quoted out of context, but we'll see the indices everywhere. All high-profile corrupt persons or being accused of corrupt, practice, they are there. For instance, the former governor of Delta State, person of Ifeanyi Okowa, who is being accused of, misappropriating the fund of the state up to the tune of 1.3 trillion, left the PDP for APC, and we do not hear anything about that matter again. Here is Yahaya Bello, who had paid school fees for his unborn children up to PhD level. He had not been exonerated by the court. It is not, though he's a member, he has been a member of the APC made him a governor. He's now aspiring to head the party. Are we saying that the APC is a party of, I don't want to use the word, criminal, because they've not been convicted? Is a party where you become a member of the party when you are being, alleged to have, stolen so much money from government? I don't understand.
Okay, Okafor.
Yeah.
He talked about the law.
Yeah.
We all agree with the law that is sacrosanct.
Yeah.
But we also know the area of morality.
Yeah.
As much as morality doesn't work with the law, there's still morality.
It does work. I mean, it cannot be a bench for judgment.
Exactly.
That's justice.
Yeah.
But it can be a bench for decision.
In fact, that's what Peter Obi normally says.
Yeah.
He said, tell me anywhere I have been found guilty.
Even in law, it's usually said that where the law stops, reasoning starts. So, I mean, you can't, even the highest court we have in the land, oftentimes it's said as Supreme Court, it's not just a court of law. That is even a court of reason. That is why sometimes when you see judgment comes out of Supreme Court, you notice that they take cognizance of the temperature of the society.
Of the people.
And everything and the kind of governance they are running to give out their judgment. So knowledge does not end with law. Laws are just the codified ones. Do you understand? It is just the basic. I can authoritatively tell you, it's the elementary part of the convergence of human points. That's the truth. There are other wider domains. That said, he said it very clearly, nobody is guilty until the court convicts the person. That's why I'm an advocate of parading people and saying criminals and taking mug shots and releasing it to the public is actually indictment on that person's personality. Because at the end of the day, the person might not be guilty. For example, we saw one video come out the other day and say, EFCC, if this is what you people call money laundering, that means anybody you charge money laundering again, I will not believe it. Particularly when the mode of operation of our security agents are not as professional as we think. Yeah, they are doing their best. No job is easy. No job is easy, you know. They are doing their best.
Even the one you are doing right now.
Even though we are doing that, it's not easy. So it's not like we are killing them. But we want a situation where we have equal, everybody being equal before the law. We saw that VDM, for example, I'm using him as an example, you know, was gagged from the bank premises in some form, to the extent banks were releasing their camera to say it didn't happen inside bank, it didn't happen that, and we didn't have the knowledge that VDM was wanted by EFCC. But we have the knowledge that Yahaya Bello was wanted by EFCC for so long, and he didn't report.
Evading arrest.
Evading arrest. This is a clear proof of service. You know, it's not like I sent you a message, you didn't acknowledge, so I have no way of knowing whether that message got to you or not. This one, everybody in Nigeria got that message. That alone, that act in itself, whether he stole money or not, we didn't know about that. That act in itself, I didn't think Bello should have come out the way he did. As a matter of fact, it was reported that he even went to EFCC premises at some point. They said, oh, the way you came with the governor is not the how I expected it to come. What happened to equality before the law? The law he talked about, before we go into morality or convention. What happened to equality before the law? What is it that Yahaya Bello has not done to be gagged, compared with those who spray money in parties that who are even an offshoot of our culture? No matter how you try to criticize it, spraying money is our culture. Yes, it might be injurious to our currency. There are some other of our cultures which are also injurious to what we believe today, which are injurious to the development we have today,
which have been practiced.
Which have been practiced. It's not only what if you go into marriages. If you marry under the law, under the act, you should have one man, one wife, but we still practice polygamy. So we should know what we are doing. It's not about quoting law when it's convenient. There are conventions. Somebody like Yahaya Bello, by convention, should not come out by enemies to want to head APC, the ruling party. The national chairman of a party have all the governors, every party member under him.
Making no show face.
By now, making no show face. It's an insult. Let's leave this conviction before this and that. Meanwhile, you're keeping boys that spray money and all that, people that stole goats in the prison and all that. Let's it not just come out. Please.
Okay, well, I know that Okafor doesn't have the right to not to tell him to come out. He's just speaking his mind out.
I have the right to tell him, but he has also right to come out. He can't take my right and I cannot take his own.
No, you are not a member of the
I'm a Nigerian. SPC is a subset of Nigeria.
It's an organization.
It's a subset of our democracy.
It's an organization. But you don't belong to that organization, do you? So that's why you don't have the right to
Their actions affect us. we have to, no, see, we have to be sincere. Every action taken by a senator, like the suspension of Natasha, affects how foreign investors think of Nigeria. And at the end of the day, it affects all of us.
So, talking to... you see, Yahaya Bello, like he has said it himself, has the right to contest.
Yes.
There are other indices and indicators that could make him the chairman of the APC. The APC itself had to accept him as the national chairman. He has the right to aspire. He's aspiring to become the national chairman. He hasn't been yet, but we know how it works here. Before you say Jack, it becomes the chairman. But for now, let's allow Yahaya Bello to exercise his right. But that's not to say that the APC is giving us what is right. Because he kept saying one thing, which is true. And their actions will determine the kind of image we put out there at the international level, because this is the ruling party. If the international community, perceive that the man heading the national party has issue, but again, the one that just stepped down is rumored to have collected dollar and all that.
Rumor. We saw the video.
And his name is Gandola. And he headed them. And there was nothing happened.
So that's
their tradition. It's more like...
I don't have video of Yahaya
Bello. So what is the difference between Yahaya Bello and Ganduje?
Now let me tell you something. On a more serious note. You see, I think Nathan Greenwood that used to play for Manchester United, he was alleged to have raped some people. Manchester United disassociated themselves from him. With the same thing with Mendy. Man City disassociated themselves with him. Partey of Arsenal, at the moment, has finished his contract with Arsenal, and they brought up an allegation that he had a rape case with 3 people. I can tell you for free, no club right now will sign him. Because no club wants to associate. Now, that on a club level,
it's just mere allegation. Has not been
they are
established.
mere allegations. In fact, Greenwood was exonerated. Mendy was exonerated.
What of Cuomo, New York governor?
Exactly.
He's not contesting to be mayor or something.
Yes.
He left as a governor, he was resigned. And it's been clear.
In fact, even the one on CNN, one was mayor, one was
One was governor.
It's only in Nigeria and it's only in APC. You know, Okiomole said it. Whether he tried to, defend himself after he saw the reaction of people, it is their trade in stock that any person that has been alleged to have committed crime of corruption in governance should come to APC, especially when you're in the opposition. Your sin will be forgiven. I just told you that the man that just left, his case is clear to even to the international community. There's a video everywhere. They were comfortable with him being their national chairman. Until recently, in fact, the last one they said he was even collecting money from aspirant who wants to be council chairman. And then Yahaya Bello we have not even seen any video. We only saw the only thing that so far that he paid money to his school for his children, whatever.
Those are the evidence.
No evidence.
He bought some houses in Waitama.
But the point he made that is very game here is that this man, in disobedience to the law, have evaded arrest, disrespected the FCC, an institution of government, and so many things, and they didn't say anything. Even the FCC came there, they said, "Go, we don't want to arrest you." This not, and they declare him wanted. So if the FCC that and he wants to head an organization that the FCC is under, and the FCC are trying him,
and you know the funny thing, the case is still fresh in court.
Let me tell you, during that time, Olukayode came out, say, I even told Yahaya Bello, don't worry, take a different step to my office. I will make sure you are safe. Nothing will happen. He said Yahaya Bello asked him to come to his village.
To come and investigate him.
You see, let's leave. That's why I said forget about what happened until proven. But this one happened and all of us saw it. EFCC is established by the government, no matter how you look at it. That's why I said they are, because it's easy to criticize, but when they give you the job, because it's not easy to. You understand? So it's an institution of government. If they invite you today, whatever you do, you should show your face. Do you understand? Let it be that maybe you are being oppressed or being victimized before you can say, oh, you now either go to court on your own or go to media because you have right to speak. But you must respect them. And that happened in all of us. It was very clear. We saw it. And that same person, what are you going to teach the people? That you are not a member of APC and you shouldn't talk about it is inconsistent with democracy.
The truth remains that when they allow Yahaya Bello to be their chairman, they further compound the problem of Nigeria for scaring away investors to come to invest in our country. The reason being that no investor will be comfortable with the country being ruled with suspected criminal, even though they have not been convicted. If the chairman is being suspected to be a corrupt former governor, even the city president, they still have a case of that are not yet settled, both at the international level and at the state. Now you are going to bring somebody with tinted character to become, the chairman of the ruling party. What do you think the international community will feel about us, about Nigeria? Is it a country that is safe for you to go and invest your money? What do you think that? What makes them think that if they bring their money, the so-called people will now, defraud them of the money they are bringing in? So we should be careful of the character we put forward to be in forefront of our governance, either at the party level or in government or anywhere.
Well,
before you conclude, it's easy to accuse Kemi Badenoch of not being patriotic.
Yeah.
You know, because she mentioned our elections being
flawed.
hijacked.
Yeah.
If you want her to say it's correct, that we do it in the right way, whereas we don't, that is image laundering. It's easy to mention P2B of not advocating for Nigeria in the way you want. If you bring a corrupt person to head institution and P2B say that's not what is happening, that is telling lies and that's not patriotism. The truth is that image laundering will not make your image clean.
Correct.
The real thing is uphold the rule of law. Those conventions that are right, uphold them. Do you understand? Do those things and your image, you don't need anybody to launder it. Your image will be exactly what it is. Forget about filter. Once you snap it, what you see is what you win. By the time I start adding filter, you know, this one they do this, breathing like this.
Photoshop.
It's not going to change anything.
Photoshop.
That's not what we want.
All right. Nigeria will hail our old dear country and land. We want them to do what is right. We love Nigeria. That's why we're here. I'm sure all of us on this table, we've had opportunity
Very
to
well.
japa.
Very well.
But we have had opportunity. We still have opportunity to japa, but we have stayed here because we believe in Nigeria. Please don't spoil it for us. We'll be right back on News Inside.